They said I couldn't do it. They said I was too small. They said I was too slow. They said I talked too much. Well, they were right about one thing: I did talk, but I backed up every word. Because a champion speaks things into existence. A champion declares victory before the fight begins. A champion doesn't wait for the world to believe he believes first. See, the mind is the battleground before the fists ever fly. You don't win in the ring, you win in the gym in the dark when no one's watching. When you wake up at 5 a.m. and run while the others sleep. When you push past the pain when the weak ones quit. When you look in the mirror, stare into your own soul, and say, I am the greatest. But don't get it twisted. Greatness ain't just about winning. It's about the climb, the hunger, the fire that never dies. It's about getting knocked down and standing up taller. It's about facing fear and laughing in its face. A champion doesn't just fight opponents, he fights doubt. He fights excuses. He fights the voice that says, you can't. And he wins. Because when the world says you're done, a champion says, I've just begun. When the body screams no more, the heart whispers one more round. When they count him out, he counts himself in. Because the champion's mindset, that's forever. And if you want it bad enough, if you live it, breathe it, fight for it, then congratulations, you're already a champion. Self-belief, speak greatness into existence. Before the world sees you as a champion, you must see yourself as one. Before anyone believes in you, you must believe first. Self-belief is the foundation of a champion's mindset. It is the unshakable confidence that no matter what stands in your way, no matter how impossible the odds may seem, you will rise, you will conquer, and you will achieve greatness. This belief isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. A true champion doesn't ask for permission to be great. He declares it. He speaks it with conviction. He walks, trains, and fights like the greatest before he even steps into the arena. But belief alone is not enough. You must back it up with relentless effort. You must work like the champion you say you are. When doubt creeps in, when the naysayers whisper, when fear tries to paralyze you, your belief must be louder. Because the words you speak shape the reality you live. Say, I am the greatest before you have proof. Say, I will win before the battle begins. Say, I am unstoppable even when you feel broken. And then with every step, every punch, every sacrifice, make those words true. The world will tell you what you can't do. A champion tells the world what he will do. Speak it, believe it, live it. And soon enough, the world will have no choice but to see it too. Hard work, success is earned in the dark, long before the spotlight. Everybody wants the glory, but nobody wants the grind. Everybody wants the championship, but not the training, not the sweat, not the pain. Everybody wants to shine under lights, but few are willing to put in the work when no one's watching. See, success isn't born in front of the cameras. It's born in the early mornings and the late nights, in the moments when quitting seems easier than pushing forward. A champion is not made when the crowd is cheering. A champion is made when the gym is empty, when the body is screaming, when the mind is telling you to stop, but you refuse. It's the miles you run before the sun rises. It's the extra reps when your muscles beg for mercy. It's saying just one more when everyone else has given up. The hard work you put in, when no one's looking, that's what separates the great from the ordinary. That's what builds champions. Because when the lights finally come on, when the world is watching, when the moment of truth arrives, it's too late to prepare. You either put in the work or you didn't. You either earned it or you didn't. So train like the world is already watching. Work like the championship is already yours. Give everything when no one sees, because that's where success is truly won. And when the day comes to stand in the spotlight, you won't just step into greatness. You'll realize you built it long ago. Mental toughness, the real fight happens in the mind before the ring. Before the first punch is thrown, before the first challenge arises, before the world ever sees what you're made of, the battle has already begun. And it doesn't start in the ring. It starts in your mind. because the body follows the mind. If your mind is weak, your body will quit. If your mind is strong, your body will push beyond limits no one thought possible. A champion understands this. A champion knows that toughness isn't just about muscle, speed, or skill. It's about the ability to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. It's standing tall when fear whispers in your ear. It's keeping your composure when pressure is crushing down. It's looking at defeat, pain, exhaustion, and saying, not today. Mental toughness is what separates the good from the great. It's what makes a champion fight one more round, take one more step, give one more ounce of effort when the world is saying, that's enough. Because the world will test you. You will face doubt. You will feel fear. You will have moments where giving up seems easier than pushing forward. But a champion decides long before the fight begins that quitting is not an option. See, the fight isn't won in the final round. It's won in the moments of struggle, in the hours of training, in the battles inside your own head. So train your mind like you train your body. Turn pain into fuel. Turn doubt into determination. Turn fear into fire. Because when your mind is unbreakable, you are unstoppable. Confidence. Declare victory before the battle begins. A champion doesn't wait for the world to believe in him. He believes first. A champion doesn't step into the ring hoping to win. He steps in knowing he will. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's not just talking big. It's thinking big, training big, living big. It's carrying yourself like a winner before the world even knows your name. Before the bell rings, before the game starts, before the challenge even arrives, you must already see yourself victorious. Because if you don't believe it, who will? Confidence is a weapon. It makes opponents doubt themselves before the fight even begins. It turns obstacles into opportunities. It transforms fear to fuel. But confidence isn't something you fake. It's something you build. It comes from the work you put in. It comes from knowing that while others were resting, you were grinding. It comes from the sweat, the sacrifices, the hours spent perfecting your craft. You can't just say you're the best. You have to prove it to yourself every single day. When you walk into any battle, walk in with your head high, shoulders back, eyes locked in. Move like you belong there. Think like you own the moment. Because when you declare victory before the battle begins, when you step in knowing that you've already won, in your mind the world has no choice but to follow suit. Confidence is not a feeling, it's a decision. And when you decide you're unstoppable, you are. Resilience, get knocked down, get back up stronger. A champion doesn't measure success by how many times he wins. He measures it by how many times he refuses to stay down. Life will hit you hard. It will knock you flat on your back, take the air out of your lungs, and dare you to stay down. But a true champion knows the fall isn't the end, it's the beginning. Getting knocked down is not failure. Staying down is. See, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every loss is a lesson. Every pain is a teacher. Every defeat is just a chapter, not the whole story. A champion doesn't cry about obstacles, he conquers them. He doesn't make excuses, he makes adjustments. He doesn't run from the struggle, he embraces it, knowing that the struggle builds strength. The greatest warriors, the strongest minds, but most unstoppable forces in history, they all fell. But what made them great is that they got back up. And when they stood again, they stood stronger, smarter, tougher, hungrier. Because resilience isn't just about enduring pain. It's about transforming pain into power. It's about rising every time you fall, no matter how many times it happens. So when life knocks you down, and don't just get back up. Rise like a champion. Rise with more fire, more hunger, more determination than before. Rise knowing that every fall is shaping you into something greater. Because a champion doesn't stay down. He rises every single time. Fearlessness, stare fear in the face and move forward anyway. Fear is the shadow that follows every dream, every goal, every ambition. It whispers you're not ready. It tells you you can't do this. It waits for the moment you hesitate, the second you doubt yourself, because that's when it wins. But a champion doesn't run from fear, he faces it. He looks it dead in the eye and says, I hear you, but you don't control me. Fear isn't something you escape, it's something you conquer. It's standing in front of the challenge and moving forward anyway. It's stepping into the unknown with confidence. It's throwing the punch, taking the leap, saying yes when everything inside you is screaming no. See, fear is just a test of your courage, a test of your belief, a test of how bad you really want it. And here's the truth, fear will never disappear. It will always be there. But so what? Champions don't wait for fear to leave, they move forward in spite of it. Because fear only has power if you let it. The moment you stop running, the moment you refuse to bow down to it, the moment you step forward despite the shaking hands, the pounding heart, the nervous thoughts, that's when you win. Fear is a liar. Fear is an illusion. Fear is nothing compared to the strength inside you. So next time it shows up, don't back down. Stand tall. Face it. Walk through it. And watch as fear moves out of your way. Discipline, train when others rest. Stay focused when others lose sight. Talent may get you noticed. Passion may get you started. But discipline is what separates the good from the great, the average from the unstoppable. Discipline is waking up before the sun rises while others sleep. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. It's putting in the work not just when it's convenient, not just when you're motivated, but every single day. A champion doesn't rely on motivation because motivation fades. Motivation is easy when things are going well, when the crowd is cheering, when the wins are stacking up. But what happens when no one's watching? When progress is slow, when the journey feels lonely? That's where discipline takes over. Discipline is doing the work no matter what. It's running the extra mile when your legs beg you to stop. It's pushing through the pain when your mind says that's enough. It's making sacrifices, saying no to distractions, to comfort, to anything that pulls you away from your goal. See, champions don't train just to compete. They train to dominate. They don't practice until they get it right. They practice until they can't get it wrong. Most people lose focus. Most people start strong and fade when things get tough. Most people make excuses. But a champion, he stays locked in because discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality, between wanting it and achieving it, between talking about greatness and becoming great. So when others rest, train. When others quit, keep going. When others lose sight of the goal, stay locked in. Because discipline doesn't just create success. Discipline creates legends. Passion, do it with heart or don't do it at all. A champion doesn't just show up, he shows up with fire. He doesn't just go through the motions, he pours his soul into every step, every rep, every moment. Because without passion, you're just another body in the race. Without passion, you're just another fighter in the ring. Without passion, you might as well not show up at all. Passion is what makes the difference between doing something and becoming something. It's the difference between being good and being unstoppable. See, talent can be matched. Strength can be equaled. But passion is untouchable. It's that fire in your gut that keeps you pushing long after others quit. It's the reason you get up early and grind when nobody's watching. It's what keeps you chasing your dream even when the odds are stacked against you. A champion doesn't just want to win, he lives for it. He breathes it. He wakes up thinking about it. He dreams about it. And when he steps into battle, whether it's a fight, a race, a game, or life itself, he doesn't just compete. He dominates. Because passion isn't just about what you do. It's about how you do it. If you're going to do something, do it with heart. If you're going to chase something, chase it like your life depends on it. If you're going to fight, fight like there's no tomorrow. Because passion doesn't just create champions. Passion creates legends. Determination, one more round, one more step, one more day. When the journey gets tough, when the road feels impossible, when the body and mind scream for rest, that's when determination shows up. Determination is what keeps you going when everything inside you says stop. It's that inner drive that says, I'm not done. Not yet. Not today. See, success isn't achieved by taking big, bold steps only at the beginning. It's built in the quiet moments, the moments where you feel like you've already given everything, yet you dig deep and say, one more round, one more step, one more day. It's the difference between those who start strong and those who finish strong. When everyone else has lost faith, when others are resting, when the finish line seems far out of reach, that's when the determined step forward. When the pain is unbearable, when your muscles are tight, when your breath is shallow, that's when the determined push through. When the odds are stacked against you, when doubt creeps in, when the world says you can't, that's when the determined say, I will. Determination doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't seek the easy path. It says, I'll take one more step, even if it's the hardest one I've ever taken. It says, I'll go one more round, even when my body wants to quit. It says, I'll keep going no matter how long it takes, because I know this journey will make me stronger. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is simple. Determination. Because when you're determined, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, how many times you face setbacks, or how many doors slam in your face. What matters is that you keep going. You don't quit. You don't stop. You don't give in. You just take one more step, one more round, one more day. And in the end, when others have given up, you'll be standing tall, stronger than ever, because determination is the key to victory. Courage, stand tall when others run. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is the decision to stand, to fight, to move forward in spite of fear. When the world is crumbling around you, when the pressure builds, when the storm rages, courage is the strength to stay rooted. While others run, while others hide, while others shrink away from the challenge, a champion stands tall. See, fear will come. It will knock on your door, fill your mind with doubt, and try to paralyze you. It will tell you that the path is too hard, too dangerous, too uncertain. It will scream at you to run, to quit, to give up. But courage? Courage listens to that voice and says, I hear you, but I will not follow. Courage chooses to face the challenge head on, no matter how difficult, no matter how scary, no matter how uncertain the outcome may be. Because standing tall isn't about pretending you're not afraid. It's about doing what needs to be done even with the fear. It's about trusting your strength, trusting your preparation, trusting that you were made for this moment. Courage is moving forward when everyone else is backing down. It's charging into the unknown when others are seeking comfort. It's staying focused when everyone else is running from the battle. A champion doesn't look for the easy way out. He looks for the right way forward. He knows that the greatest victories are won when you face the hardest battles. He knows that the greatest growth comes not from avoiding fear, but from walking through it. So when others choose the path of least resistance, when they hide from adversity, when they buckle under pressure, you stand tall. You don't flinch. You don't break. You don't run. You stand tall because you know that courage isn't just about surviving the storm, it's about mastering it. And when you stand tall in the face of fear, you don't just win the battle, you become unstoppable. Adaptability, adjust, evolve, and keep winning. In life, things don't always go according to plan. The path is never straight, the journey never predictable. What you thought was going to be easy will sometimes become a struggle. What seemed like a sure thing can quickly shift into uncertainty. But the key to enduring, to thriving, to continuing your rise is not in how perfectly you plan or how well things go. The key is in adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to pivot, to change course when necessary, to adjust when the circumstances demand it. It's about being flexible in your approach while remaining focused on the end goal. It's knowing that success doesn't come from sticking to one plan no matter what. It comes from the ability to evolve when things get tough. A champion doesn't fold when things go wrong. A champion doesn't panic when obstacles appear. A champion doesn't let failure stop him. He adapts and keeps moving forward. When the world around you changes, when the rules shift, when you face something new, don't fight the change. Embrace it. Adjust your mindset. Adjust your strategy. Adjust your actions. You may need to take a different approach, develop new skills, or take risks you weren't planning to take. You may need to fail a few times and learn lessons along the way, and that's okay. Because adaptability is about learning, evolving, and moving forward with the strength of what you've learned. The most successful people don't win because they have one plan that works. They win because they can adapt to whatever comes their way. They can pivot when the roadblock appears. They can adjust their thinking when new information arises. They can evolve when the environment changes. So don't be afraid to change course. Don't be afraid to try new things, to fail, to adjust. Because every time you adapt, you grow stronger. And when you evolve, you don't just survive, you keep winning. Adaptability is the key to staying ahead, to overcoming anything life throws at you, to constantly moving forward no matter what. Vision, see yourself as a champion before the world does. A champion's journey begins not with the physical fight, but with the mental one. Before the world sees you as a winner, you must first see it in yourself. Before the trophies are lifted, before the applause echoes, before the victory is celebrated, you must have the vision to see yourself as a champion long before anyone else does. Vision is the foundation of greatness. It's the ability to picture the life you want, the goals you want to achieve, the person you want to become, and then to move toward that vision with every ounce of effort, belief, and action. A champion doesn't wait for the world to validate his greatness. He already knows it. He already believes it. And because he believes it, he is willing to do what it takes to make that vision a reality. When you have a clear vision, you are never lost. When you have a clear vision, you know exactly where you're headed, no matter how challenging the path may be. When you have a clear vision, you are not distracted by the opinions of others, the temporary setbacks, or the doubters. A champion doesn't need external validation. He carries his vision in his heart, in his actions, in the way he trains, in the way he thinks. He acts like a champion long before the title is given to him. He carries himself with the belief that victory is already his, even in the face of adversity. See it before you achieve it. Visualize the success, the triumph, the glory. Feel the emotions of winning. Imagine the hard work, the sweat, the sacrifice that it will take. And then, once you've seen it, don't wait for the perfect time to start. Begin now. Because vision gives you direction. Vision gives you purpose. Vision keeps you moving forward, even when the road is tough. If you can see it in your mind, you can make it real. If you can imagine yourself as the champion, you are already on a path to becoming one. The world might not see your greatness right now, but that's okay, you do. And that belief is what will carry you through the challenges, the doubt, and the moments of uncertainty. So, create a vision so clear, so strong that no one can deny your greatness. See yourself as a champion before the world ever does, and then go out and prove it. No excuses, blame no one, take control. Own your destiny. The world doesn't owe you anything. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you success on a silver platter. You are responsible for your life, your actions, your future. And if you want to rise, if you want to achieve greatness, you must take full ownership of your journey. No excuses. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They are the shield that keeps you from facing the truth, the crutch that keeps you from standing tall. Every time you make an excuse, you are surrendering your power, your control, your chance to rise. Excuses tell you it's not my fault. They tell you it's too hard. They tell you I don't have enough time, enough resources, enough support. But the truth is, the world doesn't care about your excuses. The world only cares about results. The world only cares about those who rise above their circumstances, who don't let setbacks stop them, who refuse to blame others for their failures and take control of their own fate. When you take responsibility for your own life, you take back your power. You stop waiting for someone else to make things happen for you, and you start making things happen for yourself. You don't blame your past. You don't blame your circumstances. You don't blame anyone because blame doesn't change anything. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming others, whether it's family, friends, society, or bad luck. But that only keeps you stuck in the same place. Taking control means accepting that you are the one who gets to decide your future. It means stepping up, taking action, and refusing to let anything hold you back. You control your mindset. You control your actions. You control your effort. If you want to succeed, you don't wait for the perfect conditions. You don't wait for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right support. You create your own opportunities. You make the time. You find a way. Own your destiny. Own your choices. Own your path. Because when you take control, nothing can stop you. When you stop making excuses, you open the door to limitless possibilities. No one can dictate your future except for you. So get to work, rise above, and own it. Legacy, it's not just about winning. It's about inspiring the next generation. Winning is great. It's the thrill of victory, the pride of accomplishment, the reward for all the hard work. But a true champion knows that winning isn't the final destination. The impact you leave, the legacy you create, that's what truly matters. Legacy isn't just about the titles you collect, the trophies you raise, or the records you break. It's about what you leave behind when you're gone. It's about how you inspire others to dream bigger, fight harder, and believe in themselves. A true champion knows that the greatest victory is not in personal triumph, but in lifting others up. It's in showing the next generation what's possible when you commit to greatness. It's in teaching them that anything is achievable with dedication, heart, and resilience. The wins, the accolades, the recognition, they may fade over time, but the lives you touch, the paths you light, the seeds of belief you plant, that's what endures. When you win, win with purpose. When you rise, rise to inspire. Will you succeed? Succeed not just for yourself, but for everyone who's watching, learning, and waiting for a sign that they too can achieve greatness. Your legacy is built in the way you live. It's in your work ethic. It's in your character. It's in how you treat others and how you handle adversity. The champions who are remembered throughout history are remembered not just for their victories, but for the impact they had on the world. They inspire others to follow in their footsteps, to rise above challenges, to chase their dreams with relentless passion. You are creating your legacy every single day with every choice you make. You are setting the example with every challenge you face and overcome. You are shaping the future by how you live today. Because when you inspire the next generation, you are part of something bigger than yourself. You are part of a movement, a ripple effect that continues long after your time in the spotlight. So don't just focus on winning. Focus on making a difference. Focus on inspiring, teaching, and lifting others. Because your true legacy isn't found in the number of victories, it's found in the number of lives you've changed. Never settling, a champion mindset is not a moment, it's a lifetime commitment. The pursuit of greatness is not a temporary state, it's a way of life. A champion's mindset isn't something you switch on for a big game, a competition, or a special moment. It's a daily, lifelong commitment. Many people believe success is a destination. They think once they reach a certain point, once they achieve a goal, they can rest, relax, and enjoy the rewards. But that's where they're wrong. A true champion never stops moving forward. You don't just achieve greatness once and call it quits. You don't just put in the work to win one battle, you do it because you are committed to being better every single day. You don't settle for good enough because you know that greatness doesn't come from comfort, it comes from continual growth, relentless effort, and a refusal to ever settle for mediocrity. Never settling means constantly pushing past your limits. It means raising the bar when you reach it. It means always seeking ways to improve, even when you've already achieved more than most people ever will. The champion mindset isn't about a single win, it's about every step you take, every day you show up, every hour you give to your craft. It's about a commitment to excellence, day in and day out. A champion doesn't rest on past victories. A champion doesn't get comfortable. A champion doesn't look back, he's always focused on what's next. When you decide that settling is never an option, you make the decision to always rise, always improve, always push yourself beyond your own expectations. You challenge yourself when others will quit. You fight for more when others are satisfied. You work harder when others think they've earned their rest. Because you understand that greatness is a journey, not a destination. A champion mindset isn't something you put on when you feel like it. It's something you embody every single day. It's a decision to be the best version of yourself, no matter where you are in your journey. It's a lifelong commitment to doing whatever it takes to keep moving forward, to keep evolving, and to keep striving for more. So never settle. Never get comfortable with the status quo. Never think you've reached your peak, because when you have the champion mindset, there's always a higher level to reach, always something more to achieve. Remember, greatness doesn't happen by chance. It's earned day by day, moment by moment, with a commitment to never settle. As you leave here today, remember this: you are the author of your own story, and the future is written by the choices you make today. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. Don't wait for others to believe in you, believe in yourself first. Embrace the challenges, rise above the setbacks, and never stop striving for greatness. The road won't always be easy, but with a champion's mindset, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Keep moving forward, keep pushing your limits, and remember, the world has not seen all that you are capable of. So go out and show them, because your time is now. You are destined for greatness, and nothing can stop you.